Ice in my veins, I've been drained. There's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
All right, I hope everybody's doing well. I am Dr. Imfan Akpan. I'm an assistant professor of accounting. So I am an accounting professor, and I have to say, I'm a metaverse enthusiast, which I would say makes me an AI enthusiast. You may asking why. I will talk more about that at a later date. So, because you may be saying, well, why do the two, how do they go together? And I think I'll touch bases on that at a later date. Today, I wanted to hone in on prompt engineering and really change focus from OpenAI and ChatGPT to a different perspective and anthropic perspective. So before we get into it, make sure you click the like button, subscribe so you can get updates. Kudos to everybody on TikTok. I gotta say, the TikTok base is strong. So you get a lot of engagement on TikTok as well as on YouTube. Really appreciate everyone. And I can't forget the listeners on the podcast as well for your engagement. It is amazing. And I really appreciate it when I get those comments and that feedback, because I like to make content for the viewers. And when I get that feedback, that really helps me to kind of move in a direction that really helps as many people as possible. The goal of all this is really to help and inform and to get you to think about some of this stuff. So what I wanted to talk about today is around prompt engineering. And I thought this was interesting because I take a look at different websites. Now, I've got to say, I'm in ChatGPT every day. So, and I'm a Teams user. So I have the Teams account with ChatGPT, and if I'm considered a power user, that's what I am. I did use Anthropic, but I'm always going to the different websites. I go to Gemini, formerly known as Bard. I go to Anthropic just to find out what's going on and to really put my toe in the waters and to see how the other platforms are doing. So I went to Anthropic's website, and I thought this was really interesting to see. They have a news section on their website, and there was a new article, short read, but I think this is very powerful. And I learned something that I thought was very interesting. So it talks about prompt engineering, particularly for business performance. I would say this is overall the importance, not just for business, but for using these large language models, these platforms in general. It is what I consider to be the secret sauce. And many of us, and I've said this in webinars, many of us tend to use ChatGPT and these platforms as if they're search engines, and they are not search engines. So it's important to realize that the prompting. So what you're asking it to do, it impacts your output. So just like it says here, if you creating these effective prompts, or what you're asking it to do really impacts the output, and it can lower hallucination. It can also increase the value of the output. So it gives you better output, and with that better output comes better productivity. So that's the whole idea around that. So really, not only do you become better when the tool becomes that you're using, you're really, what it comes down to is you're using it the way it's supposed to be used. And this is what it gives you some ideas on the benefits of prompting, and which I thought was really great. The accuracy, I knew that as far as lowering the hallucination rates. So I knew that. Consistency, that I knew. As far as the relevance and the tone, creating consistency around those areas. Then the usefulness, I think that ties in with the lower hallucination, because your output becomes more useful and it becomes more of an effective tool. So you become efficient. And this ties into that last one. And I thought this was great, and I really didn't think about this one as much when it talks about inefficient inputs and outputs at scale can become costly. So you think of last line, optimizing your prompts helps to minimize unnecessary back and forth and saves money. This is powerful. So I didn't think about that. And normally the normal workflow when I'm thinking about or using a large language model, whether it's Claude or Pi or Chat GPT-4 or GPT-4, is generate and review. So you're generating whatever it is. So you create the prompt, you generate the output, and then you review it. And this is a very important part, because really I look at this as saying time is money, because with the better prompting, it can increase that output value. So you got better output, which can reduce your review time. And then your review time, it cuts that time. With time being money, you're spending less time on review. Then you're spending more. You can spend more time on generating an output and being productive, right? Creating whatever it is, doing more work instead of reviewing your work. So I thought this was powerful. And this is something, this even, to peel back the onion, it's powerful because So I hope we were able to get all of that, but I thought that was very, very interesting. So appreciate everybody, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week.